1067.
Home foreclosures are at an all-time high, and millions of Americans are plunging deeper in debt. Now there's hope. First Option Debt Solutions works with a team of experienced financial experts who negotiate with banks and credit card companies to cut your interest rates, reduce your mortgage payments, consolidate your bills, and save you thousands of dollars with one easy, low monthly payment. Qualify for cash back if you pay your bills on time.
Call First Option Debt Solutions, helping consumers get out of debt fast.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning Richard French live, only on RNN.
Well, we're talking New York now, and the budget for the state of New York is 21 days late, with Governor Patterson and the legislature still deadlocked. The kind of cuts that really hurt the average New Yorker, they're happening right before our eyes, even if a lot of us don't realize it. Now, they're small, but trust me, they are painful. Here's just a few examples. Summer jobs program, low-income teens, cut. Funds to repair potholes on local roads, cut. Funds to mow the lawn, clean the bathrooms at the state parks, again, gone. Billions in aid for programs to treat mental illness, again, cut. Now, trust me, I could go on and on and on, but these just a few examples of what's happening, whether or not it's getting the headlines. And New York's elderly, they may also soon feel the pain. If the budget gets passed as is, many senior centers throughout New York will close, leaving thousands of grandmothers and grandfathers stranded. Our own Regina Arsandia visited one senior center that may be on the chopping block, and she has more. A lot of people don't realize, Regina, just how drastic some of these cuts could be.
A lot of people don't realize how drastic these cuts can be, Rich. And if the proposed cuts on the state level go through and on the city level, New York's Department of Aging says they'll be forced to shut down almost a third of their senior centers, leaving elderly New Yorkers who are already struggling to survive without the basic necessities they rely on. Whether it's to get their daily dose of cardio, or to play a round of pool, or just to socialize, relax, and eat a hot, healthy meal, seniors like Willie Mae Simmons depend on the Moore Senior Center in the Bronx because it keeps them active.
It's a lifesaver for me. And because, you know, it's bad being alone and you have no place to go, and that could bring on depression.
Simmons is 75 years old and has been going to the center every day for almost 3 years, a routine that could change for her and many others come July if there are no changes made to New York State's preliminary budget. Governor Patterson plans to divert $25 million in discretionary funding away from the city's 328 senior centers. It's a move that Susan Stamler, director of United Neighborhood Houses, says could force over 100 of those centers to close their doors.
We have an $11.5 million hole for senior centers, just New York City funding. If you add the $25 million that might be cut from the state level, we're talking about a significant loss of senior centers.
And if those centers shut down, Stamler estimates more than 6,000 seniors could be left with no place to go. A scary thought for the seniors we spoke to at Morris.
It would affect me terribly. It would really affect me because I would have no reason to get up in the morning to go anywhere.
Where would we go? And what we would do? It'd be sad that people die, but you don't have nobody to socialize with no more. No entertainment, nobody to, no lunch.
This is my second house, okay? I will go crazy. I don't even take showers in the morning if I didn't have the place to come in the morning.
This would definitely be devastating.
Maria Rivera, the director of the Morris Senior Center, and 4 others in the area say the lack of funding would not only force her to close one of those centers, but also to cut her staff in half and eliminate many of the programs at the centers that would remain open.
We would lose senior housing assistance program. We would lose the geriatric mental health program. We would lose one of our centers.
It's a threat to the senior population that Rivera says could not come at a worse time.
Right now, 1 in 3 seniors live in poverty. That's 32% of the senior population live in poverty. And this meal, the breakfast and the lunch, are probably the only 2 meals they have in their day.
State officials say the proposal, which would result in a small savings, is part of a packet of painful moves that are necessary as the Empire State struggles to close an $8.2 billion deficit for the next fiscal year. A budget that some say should not be balanced on the backs of the elderly, but instead on the backs of those in power.
You've got a lot of high salaries in high places that maybe don't need to be increased or maybe could even stand a decrease. I'm not sure what the alternatives are, but it should be fair and across the board, whatever the cuts will be. The oldest and the youngest, those should be the ones we care for among the first.
If the place gets closed, it'll be like killing us without a gun. You know, it's very emotional. It's gonna really bother a lot of people. It will hurt me personally.
Strong words from many who hope changes will be made before thousands of seniors lose their home away from home.
Now, the picture will become clearer in the next few weeks if a state budget is adopted. In the meantime, Mayor Bloomberg has instructed his commissioners to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And the Department of Aging says a transportation plan is, quote, in the works so that seniors who may lose their centers will be able to get to another center, Rich.
But as we've heard, as many as a third of these could be cut. Real simple. Just so, and I think everybody got the idea from your piece, we're not talking about just a place to play bingo, right?
Rich, to be honest, I went to these places expecting that, and I walked in, and these people use these centers for bingo. They go there for depression seminars. They go there for food. They go there for healthcare. They go there for help with housing. I mean, it's insane how much they really depend on this place day in and day out.
All right, Regina, thank you very much. Coming up next, everybody, will there be a bipartisan breakthrough when it comes to Wall Street reform? Talk about the haves compared to the have-nots. And we're talking about this on the eve of the president's big speech in Wall Street tomorrow. We're going to have the latest. It's coming up right after this.
Falls are the #1 cause of injury to senior citizens. Falling down stairs can be disastrous. Acorn Stair Lifts has a solution. Just don't fall. Sit, relax, rise.